What's up, guys? Autofanatic GT350 today. The new wheels from Signature Wheels finally showed up. Just got them mounted late last night, mounted and balanced. Shout out to my boys at Wheel and Tire Depot. They took care of it for me immediately, and these things are mounted perfectly. No scratches, no issues at all. That's why I trust these guys for a hell of a long time to do all the tire mounting and balancing for all my cars and all my customers' cars for many years. So I'm going to give you guys a full detailed video on the wheels. I'm going to discuss a lot of important things that I want a lot of you guys to know about, because this is a new brand. This was a totally new purchase. I didn't go to my normal vendors of HRE and Forge line to buy wheels this time, and I'm going to explain to you why I did this, and hopefully this information will help you guys make a wheel decision choice in the future. And I'm going to show you everything from the packaging to the finish to the design, everything about these wheels and tires. Then you're going to have to stay tuned to a later video to see them on the car, because I just don't have time to bolt them on right now. So let's just move the camera around, and I'm going to show you guys some of the highlighted details on this. All right, guys, one of the most important things, no matter who you buy your wheels from, is packaging. It may not seem like something that you need to think about, but it is the most important thing to think about, especially when you're in the service business like I am, and you order expensive wheels, and lots of times they come damaged. You become the one to blame, not the wheel manufacturer, not the shipping company. So having proper packaging is the most important thing, and it just shows that the company is doing things right and they actually care. So 4 of these boxes showed up. I just have one here today. They showed up with UPS International Global Logistics. They came 4 boxes that were stapled, they were plastic strapped, and they were strapped to a pallet. Okay, they came off a lift gate, dropped it off with a pallet jack. That just shows that they got from Taiwan to the New York City, JFK area, and then to me, safe and sound without any issues. So I'm just going to show you some of the boxes. These are heavy duty boxes. These are not the cheap Chinese boxes you get. They mark here, these are the SV-701s. It gives you the size, the offset, the bolt pattern, date of manufacturer, and the serial number. So that's a nice touch as well. So when you open up the box, you'll see some of the packaging material here. So the wheels, the face of the rims around the edges was all covered in a thick white foam to protect the edge. Then it was covered with a fabric sock on the face of the wheel, and it was all protected with foam. Here's the sock right here. You guys can see that there. This is pretty standard across the board, but I just wanted to show you guys how this box is constructed. So you have about 1-inch dense foam packing the outer perimeter of the box. Then you have reinforced cardboard. Then you have more reinforced cardboard on the bottom where the rim is going to sit. As the rim is in the box, they're protected with these really stiff, these almost feel like masonite pieces of cardboard that go all the way around the perimeter. So it protects the face of the rim, it protects it from bending, damage, and everything in between. So this is something that you guys may not think about, but it shows a lot and tells a lot about a company when they take the time to not have fancy graphics and logos all over the box, and they spend a little bit more effort packaging them the right way, especially when they're traveling across the world. So I just wanted to show you guys the packaging material and the box. You know, it all has warning labels all over the box, and here, handle with care, and it's just done properly. This box itself weighs about 7 pounds just for the box itself. So it's heavy duty. This is probably a 300-pound capacity box for impact resistance, and it's just done right. So shout out to Signature Wheels. You guys actually care about getting your product to your customers safe and sound. And this right here means a lot to me because I've dealt with damaged rim claims from old vendors over the years, and I hate selling rims to people because of that. And this just proved a lot of things that people are doing things wrong, and maybe some people take some advice to doing this thing with their companies and packaging stuff right. So let's get the box out of the way. I'm going to show you some of the details of the rims, and then we're going to weigh the front wheels and the rear wheels, and we're going to compare them to the SV-350 wheels on my car. We're going to compare the weights, and we're going to wrap up the video. All right, guys, so we're over at the wheels right here. I'm just going to give you some detail shots. These were done in a gloss black finish, and these are a CNC machined monoblock forged wheel. This is a real forged wheel. The finishing work on the gloss black is 100% flawless, and I paint cars and I refinish cars, and a lot of my cars are black. This finish is flawless. There's no orange peel, there's no dust nibs, there's no runs, there's no dry spots. Even inside the lug pockets, they're perfect. That's another thing on the list. So Perfect packaging, proper packaging, outstanding, perfect finish, especially in gloss black. Gloss black will show every sin if the preparation and the machine work and everything wasn't done. So let me move over to the wheel over here. This is a front wheel, and I just pulled out one of the center caps, and I want to just show you guys something that's pretty important that you don't see in a lot of forged wheels today. So I got the forged center cap off one of the wheels, and I just want to show you something really interesting. Two things that proves that these are properly designed. Number one, there are two O-rings, retaining O-rings on the center cap that are machined into a groove to captive the center cap into the wheel. Now, a majority of the wheels that I've ever worked on always have one large O-ring. Why two O-rings are better than one? Well, number one, you have more surface area. Number two, if the O-ring was to split, now you actually have a backup. Okay, that's just clever thinking, and it makes a hell of a lot of sense. Now, something here I want to show you guys. There is a drain hole. Let's get up close if you guys can see that on camera. There's a drain hole that's machined right in to the center cap, and you could probably see it there a little bit better, right in here. When water, and you wash your car, all the water and condensation always sits inside the barrel of the hub-centric hub of the wheels. What happens? That water sits there, it causes corrosion. It could actually cause the corrosion to seize up with the aluminum and become a problem. It could also hurt the mating surfaces as well. So by having a drain hole, when you wash your car and the water goes through the groove, now it has an area to drain out from and not just sit in this cavity right here. That is a very, very smart design. I tell you, I very rarely have seen stuff like this on forged wheels, but I think it's a clever design to put a drain hole and the double smaller captive O-rings into the center caps. That's something you guys may not think about, but to me, that's important. That just shows that the factory in Taiwan that's making these knows what the hell they're doing, and they're doing things right. So let's move the camera around. I'm going to show you some more detail. Guys, got the rims, one of the rims spun around, and like I was telling you in the beginning, the finish is flawless. When I mean flawless, there's no orange peel, there's no machine marks, there's no dirt. This feels as if somebody primed it, block sanded it, painted it, and color sanded and buffed it. That's how good the finish is. So I got to tell you, man, the quality control is definitely there with Signature wheels. This is something that I was not expecting, because a lot of wheels, when they shoot them, they shoot just the face of them. Then it becomes very dry all in the back of the spokes, and you'll get some color over here with the gloss intensity. Then it becomes dry, 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 till nothing at the end. Even now on three-piece forged wheels, the barrels are spun, and you'll get the spinning marks from the two wheels. As the wheels stretch the barrels, you'll get the grooves all the way across. That's a problem, because in those grooves holds brake dust, and it makes them sometimes harder to clean. And then when you powder coat them or paint them, you get a lot of orange peel. It just doesn't look very good. These were done professionally. These were done well. So when they ran this on a lathe, their tool path had a super, super tight step over. The step over was so tight that it gave it the finest finished cut to clean up not only the face of the inside of the barrel, but even the edge of the barrel where the bead seats are. So that's something that I pick up on. These are little details that I want to show you guys because it's important. I think it just makes the product live up to its quality expectations of offering this level of craftsmanship, this level of quality at a much more affordable packaging price from what's out there on the market. So let's just move the camera into the bore. All right, guys, here's a close-up of the mounting pad of the Signature SV701s. They have a machined groove texture here on the mounting pad. Now you would think, why didn't they go smooth on the mounting pad versus going smooth everywhere else? Well, to be honest with you, that's done for a reason. Because if you go smooth here on the aluminum, and most cars today have aluminum rotors, especially on performance cars, you can get some corrosion and some water in there, and you could actually seize the face of the rim up to the hub and the rotor on your car. So by having these grooves in here, it enables some expansion and contraction, and especially when the wheels are hot, when they're cold, when they're going through different climatic conditions, that was done intentionally. The bore is perfectly finished and machined. There's no grooves. There's no issues there. It's got the nice chamfer, which is standard to go onto your hub-centric bore. The one thing that I did notice that I didn't do, and it might just be on this particular series of a wheel, is that they didn't machine lightning pockets out of here to reduce weight. Now, the front wheels have a bigger mounting pad than the rear wheels. You'll see that there. That's based on offset. But if you machined some of this material out, like I get done on, you know, a lot of my HREs and Forge line wheels for customers, it will reduce the weight of the wheel a pretty decent amount. I mean, on something with a mounting pad like this, it might be able to save anywhere between 8 to 16 ounces. And hey, listen, every little bit counts. So it's just one of those things that maybe on their Track Series wheels, they offer that, but on this is the Precision Series, they don't offer that, or maybe that was an option that I wasn't told about. But it's not the end of the world, to be honest with you. I don't think whatever ounces that are going to be saved here, I'm going to feel it while I'm driving the car on the street, I'll be honest with you. But even here, the finishing is perfect. There's no rough edge. Usually, when the wheels are finished, there's a rough tape edge, whether they're painted or powder coated, and you could feel it. So if there was, somebody went in there and deburred and cleaned up that edge. It's perfect. It's perfect inside the edge of the lug pockets on both sides, on the inside and the outside diameter. It's just really, really cool to see this type of craftsmanship coming out of Taiwan. It just shows you that they really, really upped their game. And this really, really far surpassed my expectations. I did not think these wheels are going to have all these little details and features and quality that I'm telling you guys about in this video. So enough about that. Let's get the wheels on the scale. We're going to weigh the front and the rear. We're going to see what they weigh, and then we're going to see what the SVE R350s weigh. And you're going to have to stay tuned for the next video to see these things on the car. All right, guys, got the scale all set up. We're going to start with the front wheel, which is going to be the heaviest of all wheels. I really should have weighed them before I had them mounted, but I just didn't have time. I was in a rush to get this done. Now, tires are P4S's. These are 295/30 ZR20s, 305/30 ZR20. So basically, they're the same aspect ratio and kind of overall height dimension of the OEM. So the reason I went 20, I lowered my car an inch. I needed to gain the ground clearance. That's the reason why I went 20, and I also wanted more clearance to clean my front calipers, and I wanted more caliper clearance, and that's another reason why I did it. So theoretically, these are definitely lighter than factory and a lot lighter than some of the stuff on the market, but the rotary forged stuff is really light, but then again, it's not that strong when you hit potholes in New York. So I weighed the tires, and between the larger P4S's and the Pilot Super Sports on the car, they're relatively within 1 to 2%. Same thing with the wheels. So I think we're going to see a pretty close variance. So let's get this on the scale. So this assembly, the front assembly weighs 56 pounds and 5 ounces. Okay, 56 pounds, 5 ounces. The rear wheel is definitely going to be lighter. These are 20 by 11s, all 4 corners. We're at 55 pounds and 8 ounces on the rear with the 305 tire. So you can see it's marginally different, but not much. Let's get the SVE 350 wheels on the scale and we'll see what those things weigh. This is the front SVE R350 wheel. Let's see what we got here. 58.12. That's what the fronts weigh. These are going to be heavier. Let's try the rear. Back down. Here's the rear. 56.56 for the rear SVE R350 wheels with the 305 factory OEM tires. So those are the weights, and you guys can see from what I weighed the SV-701s that they're within spec of OEM, not OEM, but the ones that were on the car. So the car should feel exactly the same, except I got the P4S tire, which is better in the rain. It's going to ride better, but it's going to take a couple of thousand miles to wear these in to feel a little bit sharper, because like I said, when tires are brand new, they don't feel so sharp. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got some insight into Signature wheels and the packaging, the quality, some of the design, the finishing, things that I feel are important. Stay tuned to the channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Go to my website, auto-fanatic.com, and stay tuned for the next video where you're going to see these on the car, and I'll do some visual, and I'll show you guys the caliper clearance and everything in between. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys soon. Got to get back to work. autofanatic@yahoo.com. Take care, guys.